the Technician's channel, and today, you might have guessed it if you checked out my new Facebook page, Tony the Technician, or at Tony the Technician. All you gotta do is type that in on Facebook, find the page, like and follow, and you'll get a sneak peek into the next day's episode. As well as you can message me there, ask me any questions you want, and I'd be very happy to reply. So I posted a picture yesterday of a Summit catalog, which I received in the mail yesterday. So I figured, since I did a Harbor Freight catalog review, I would do one on this catalog, just because it is their tools catalog, and it's not like all the car parts and everything like that. I will be skipping a good bit of this, just because some of it goes over like woodworking stuff, body and paint stuff, and some of those items I'm going to skip through because this magazine is quite large. How many pages is it? It's 150 pages, so we'd be here for a very long time if I spent time on all of it. So I'm going to try and quickly move through it, but kind of show you the things that I like or would consider purchasing, or maybe some items that I would want to stay away from. And I would love to hear your guys' input on some of the Summit tools. They do have cheaper stuff as well as some pretty good stuff like OTC. I really enjoy OTC made products and a few others. They got some channel lock in there as well. And they do have the Ernst Socket Boss rails that I have here in my home box and my work box, which I really enjoy. And they're actually cheaper in this magazine than what you'll find online. So if you're interested in those socket rails, I will show them to you and show you the price difference. But let's get into this. I'm going to try not to waste so much time, and I really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you guys. Okay guys, let's try this again. My battery just died on me. So starting off, you have a couple seat creepers up here, and this is a 2-tool offer. Basically, if you buy this smaller seat, you get the smaller set of screwdrivers from Summit, and then if you buy the one with kind of the tool box integrated into the seat, then you get the larger set. It's a 69-piece set, and then the smaller one is a 30-piece set, but we'll get to the pricing of that here soon. They do carry engine stands, which is pretty nice, pretty good deals. This is basically identical to the one that I got from Harbor Freight, but it does have a supporting brace right here, which is kind of nice, and it runs $62 and $82 depending on which design you get. Then they got a little bit more expensive ones with collapsible legs for $80 and upwards of $215 for this large one right here. And then something that's nice are these little trays. So if you're rebuilding an engine, you're disassembling it, and you're draining a lot of fluid, this basically sits on your engine stand and catches all that fluid. But that item, that drip pan that mounts to it, is $40. They also have some cherry pickers that range from $135 for the one that you would mount to the floor, and then what is it? Basically $300 for these two up here. Then they have these lifting plates. This is a universal one. It's a pretty good price, $15, or you can make one if you have the ability to do that. And then the more expensive ones, which are $60, but those are vehicle specific. And then you got your adapters and everything. Not really going to get into a tire balancer. Here's some jacks from Summit. They got Sunex, Summit, and Craftsman jacks. Don't really have much experience with any of those, so can't really tell you what are the price ranges on those. Around $200 to $300 for all of those jacks, except for the Craftsman one, which is one of those cheap jacks, and it's $50 and $122 for the larger one. But moving on, they got jack stands, which you can't really mess up a jack stand. They got Craftsman for $21 for a 2-ton and $34 for the 3-ton, and then Summit sells their own $25 for the 3-ton and $35 for the 6-ton. So some pretty heavy-duty jack stands right there. Here's that deal I was talking about. It's the seats with the integrated toolbox runs $90, and the normal seat with the tray on the bottom is $80. So for $10 more, you get some storage drawers and everything. So that's a pretty good deal, especially when you get a 69-piece set of screwdrivers. Can't really tell you the quality of those screwdrivers, but that seems like a pretty good deal. I'm not going to go into lifts or anything. They got some fender covers for a pretty good price, $10 to $35. And then these heat sleeves are real good too, especially for professionals, you know, that are forced to work around, you know, hot engines and stuff like that. It's always good to have these sleeves that protect your arms. How much do those run? Sorry about that. And those run $24, so really not a bad price for those. This is if you're doing a lot of, you know, reconstruction of basically an entire build of a car. Not really going to get into a lot of this. Here's some presses, but those are pretty expensive, $700, $500. Sorry if you guys want to see any of the stuff that I skip, please let me know and maybe I can do a separate video on that. But here they have some toolboxes. They have a Summit box. The entire thing is like $600 for all 3 pieces, or you can buy them individually for a couple $100s. Not really sure on the Summit quality. It looks basically identical to their Homac boxes that they sell as well. And this set of Homac boxes run $700, so that doesn't seem too bad. Homac boxes aren't the best box, but they are a pretty decent box, especially for the price. Moving on, here are the Ernst Rails that I was talking about. These are identical to the ones that I have here at home and in my work box. You can either get the 2-row one or the 3-row. Each one holds, well, it comes with enough clips on the rails for 45 sockets, 15 of each drive size. And normally if you find them online, they're $25 and above. And actually in this Summit magazine, it is only $18. Or you can buy a set where they'll send you multiple different ones for $50 and $40, just depending on which set you want. You got some screwdriver holders and plier holders. I don't really like, or this is a wrench rack, but it's basically identical to like a pliers rack. And I have one of this design, but I use it for my extensions because it doesn't really work all that well. Here are the Ernst wrench rails. I really like these. I have these for my work box. They're weighted down with your wrenches so they stay in place really well. You can get them with a magnetic base and everything as well. And those only run $5 to $20. Let's see, some extension cords and flashlights. This is metalworking stuff. Not really going to go into that. If you want me to go into it, let me know. Don't really know a lot about welding equipment, but they do have, you know, welding equipment. It is Lincoln Electric. I believe that's a Titan. Their welding helmet's auto darkening for $90 or $100, and then the Lincoln Electrics range from $90 or $80 to $130. Not really sure on the quality of those either. Also, I'm not a welder, so we got some welders in here. This is all body and paint. I'm not really going to go over any of it. It's just a lot of body and paint stuff. If you're into body and paint, please let me know. Maybe I'll do a video of just the body and paint section. Here's blasting and abrasive equipment. Here they have a little Chicago Pneumatic disc sander for $130. Not really sure how Chicago Pneumatic is, but they do have sets of the discs and cookies and everything for pretty good prices, you know, around $25 to $40. Sandpaper, which you can just get anywhere. Alright, engine tools. They do have a flex hone and different types of hones if you're rebuilding an engine or you do a lot of work like that. They do range from $25 to about $200. Some camshaft installation tools. Not really going to get into too much of those. This is a pretty good deal. Lyle ring compressor for pistons for $12, so that's not a bad deal at all. Here's some of their OTC stuff, their torque wrenches. Not really seeing anything too great as far as their torque wrenches here. Some degree wheels for setting the degree of your crank or cam or all of that. What else is there? I got some digital calipers and micrometers and stuff like that. They range from $20 to $130. Pretty wide variety there. This is the oil pump primer tool that I bought from Summit. It's $12 to $20 depending on what engine you have, and then they have the ARP version for $40 to $50. But that's a great tool, especially if you rebuild engines. You definitely don't want to be starting the engine dry. You want to make sure you get it all pre-lubed. Some more engine tools. Some adjustable push rods, so if you're changing your cam or heads or anything like that, and you need a different push rod length, you can purchase one of these and check to see which ones you need to order. And those are on about $25. They also have valve spring compressors as well, many different ones. I would probably get this OTC one for $53. I have one, but it doesn't have an adjustable end on both sides. Just one end is adjustable, so it kind of makes it a pain in the ass to get the right angle on the valve spring. And these are made for off the block. When you have the heads off the block, you can remove them, and then they got some where you can remove them while the heads are still on the block. Some sanding rolls for if you're going to be porting or polishing or anything like that. They got a set through Summit for $34. Just some liquids and stuff. You can see a lot of Oem Tools, Summit products, OTC, and they actually have quite a bit of Titan. Titan is a little bit lower quality, same with Performance Tool. But a lot of the times they're usually like specialty products, so you can get by with those a majority of the time. These are just a bunch of pullers and stuff for different things, harmonic balance puller and power steering pump puller and flywheel holder and stuff like that. Here they have some channel lock, oil filter pliers, OTC hose clamp pliers. Here's actually a Lyle pick set. It seems like a pretty long set of picks. You get 4 for $23, so that doesn't seem too bad either. What else we got here? Some fan clutch removing tools, Astro Pneumatic sensor sockets for your oxygen sensor and oil sensor and all of that. Then they got some quick line disconnects. This set is like the master set for $44. That doesn't seem too bad. I actually want to invest in one of these. Next up, we just have like little cases of fuses, O-rings, grommets, zip ties, wire, all of that. They got some heat guns. They got a Milwaukee for $90, and then you got your Titan and Porter cable for around $20 to $30. Some wire strippers. Not really going to go into the battery chargers. Here they have a Power Probe 3. It seems like a full set. You get a wide variety of stuff. It's $124. I have a Power Probe, but it's a very small set. Don't really get a lot of adapters or anything for it. So if anybody has the Power Probe 3, please let me know if $124 price is pretty decent for that, or if I should look somewhere else. Here they just have some basic Obd2 readers. And then you got your leak down testers and pressure testers and all of that. We got a couple OTC products here for $90 for both the leak down tester and the compression tester. That doesn't seem like a bad price. Some stethoscopes. Timing gun, I need to purchase one, but these, I don't want to spend a lot of money on one because I'm not going to be rebuilding engines all the time, especially older engines. But as you guys know, I have my 357 that I'm going to have to time. And these run $60 or $45 to $200, so I'm not really sure there. Here's some Cat Pneumatic Tools. Not really too familiar with them, so if you guys have ever used the Cat Pneumatic Tools, please let me know how those are, because the pricing doesn't seem too terrible for those. Then they got some Craftsman pneumatic tools down here as well. Then you got Chicago Pneumatic again, some angled die grinders and impacts and all that fancy stuff. Then they got some Ingersoll Rand products. They got a 3/8 ratchet for $88 and a 1/2 inch one for $115. I really like Ingersoll Rand. I've used them quite a bit. I don't have any for myself right now, but I do plan on getting their air hammer and their 90-degree die grinder. So we will see. But they also have a little set here through Titan for $65. You get a 90-degree and a straight, and it comes with some bits and stuff as well. But like I stated, Titan's a little bit cheaper product. Not really sure how long that's going to last you. Here's some air compressor stuff, some tire gauges, hoses, all for pretty decent prices, you know, $20 to $30. Here's some Dewalt tools, and they have a Milwaukee 1/2-inch impact up here for $460. It is the M18 18-volt impact wrench, lithium ion. But then the Dewalt, they do have the XR impact, the one that I have, and I'm extremely happy with it. This set runs $300. You get the drill, two 2-amp-hour batteries, and the charger. This is the older version of what I have. And then they just got like their radio and a bunch of different sets. Here's some of their impact sockets, if you guys can kind of give me a heads up on this. Performance Tools, they have a little set of impact sockets for $12 to $20, and some Craftsman sockets, some Sunex extensions. Those don't seem too bad. I know a lot of people really like the Sunex impacts, and this extension set is for a 1/2-inch drive $52, and for a 3/8 drive it's $37. So that doesn't seem too bad. Here's an Oem Tools adapter set for your impact. You get, you know, your 3/8 to quarter, quarter to 3/8. You got a couple wobble sockets, and it looks like a 3/8 to a 1/2-inch for $37. So that doesn't seem too bad. It comes in a nice little blow molded case you can keep in your box. Here's just a lot of Performance Tool and Titan ratchets and breaker bars, ranging from $20 to $65 depending on what you buy. Next up, we just got a bunch of Titan and Performance Tools. These are a lot of the cheaper wrenches and stuff. These would be like something you would purchase if you were going to cut them in half and use them for specialty jobs, or if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But I'm sure the tolerances on them aren't quite as accurate as your more expensive ones. Here's a channel lock. Okay, so I guess the free set of channel locks that you get with those seats at the beginning. This is a, how many piece set is that? Like an 8-piece, 7-piece set for $29. I've never used channel lock screwdrivers. I haven't seen them in stores either, so if anybody owns those, please let me know how those are. Here's just some of their pliers. They do have some cheaper ones, Performance Tools, Stanley, which you can get at Walmart. And then they got some channel lock. Channel lock can be found everywhere. This 5-piece set is $77, so that doesn't seem too terrible, especially for USA made pliers. Then they got this Craftsman screw extractor. I have a couple sets of the screw extractors, but not through Craftsman. If anybody owns this set, please let me know if that's of pretty good quality, or if there's a lot of problems with that. And just their hammers and stuff like that. And then you got some snap ring pliers. Or this is the Craftsman set for $122. Oem Tools. This looks identical to the one that you get at Harbor Freight, and I hate this thing because it always comes apart. It's also $9. They got a small little Craftsman pick set. That's not bad for $9. It's always nice to have a small little set of picks. Then, just like my gear wrench and Harbor Freight, they have these clip popper pliers. They have like the door panel one, and then these are the exact same ones that you're going to find through Gear Wrench and Harbor Freight. This set runs $14 and this set runs $12. Some magnetic trays for $5 to $10. Here's a thread restorer kit, a tap and die. This Craftsman 40-piece Rethreaded tap and die set, please let me know how that is. It's $59, so it doesn't seem too bad, and I've had a couple people mention that Craftsman actually has a pretty decent tap and die. some buffering stuff. What do we got here? This is for trailering and trucks and stuff. Alright, so automotive hardware. If you're going to be running any AN fittings or fuel line with AN fittings, you do want to invest in some wrenches specific for those so you don't destroy them or damage them in any way. They can be pretty expensive if you buy the whole set. It's around $100, or you can buy individually what size you think you'll need for $8 to $20, so that's not bad. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Then here you just got some O-ring sets and stuff like that. They got pretty good prices on their little sets of, you know, just like Harbor Freight has a whole bunch of sets like that. Cotter pin kits, nut and bolt kits, hose clamp, grommets, crush washers, all of that. And they all range from, you know, $8 to $30 depending on what set you get. Some tubing benders or pipe benders, whatever you want to call them. Those are handy to have. You won't use them as often today in the automotive field, but if you work on some older stuff, they will be pretty damn handy. Here's some brake bleeders and stuff. You got your hand operated ones, and then you got like your pneumatic ones. Alright, so here is a pneumatic ball joint service kit. I was actually looking at this one, Astro Pneumatic. I actually have a couple Astro Pneumatic tools, and I actually like them. They've been holding up really well. This set is $80, so that doesn't seem too bad. Here's a 5-piece front end tools set from OTC ball joint press for $130. They got a Lyle brake piston compressor, some spring compressors, which I would not use this style. They're really dangerous, so if you don't know what you're doing, don't use these. Some axle sockets from Sunex, OTC U-joint tool for $112. The Sunex spindle nut impact socket set is $60 or $105 depending on what set you want. They've got a couple grease guns, either the battery operated one for $125 or I believe your normal grease gun for around $20. They also have pneumatic pickle forks, or you can just put the attachment on there to hit it with a hammer. They have a couple bearing packers for pretty good price. The more simple design is $8, and this is the design I went with, and it's $20. Here they have a Lyle bearing and race driver. That set is $60 or $90 with the pneumatic driver. So that's not a bad price either. Here they have a Thule Polar, made in USA, $8. Those are always handy. Here they have some lug nut sockets with the protective sleeve around it. You got Astro Pneumatic for $45 or $62. And then the Titan ones just sell them individually for around $12. Then you got some Sunex and Performance Tool torque sticks ranging from $50 for this set, and it is $85 for the Sunex set. So that's really not bad. Alrighty, YouTubers. So that is my kind of catalog review from Summit Racing. That's specifically their tool magazine. I did try and rush through it a little bit, so if I was stuttering or anything like that, that's why I was trying to keep this video under like an hour, because it is an extremely large magazine. Also, sorry about the lighting. I was trying to stay out of the way so you guys could see as best as possible. As you could see, I skipped through a lot of the truck stuff, the body and paint, and woodworking and metal fab stuff, because I don't really know a lot about that stuff, and I wouldn't really be able to give you a real good, honest opinion about a lot of that stuff. But if you guys do want me to make a separate video for any of those, you know, areas, I can do that for you. It'll be a quicker video, and it won't be as in-depth as far as information or anything. But as you can see, they have some lower quality tools in there, as well as, you know, some good specialty tools through OTC, Lyle, and stuff like that. So they got a good variety. And like I stated, that Ernst Socket Boss for $17 or $18 is really good, because when I bought mine off of eBay, the lowest I could find were $25. So you save a little bit of money there. And you can always buy packs of like 25 extra adapters to put on those rails. But that's basically it as far as the Summit Racing Tools catalog. If you guys are interested in the catalogs through Summit, you can go to their website and sign up for their free catalogs. They'll send them to you monthly or whenever they come out. But that's basically it. Now go check out my Facebook page as well. If you want a sneak peek into tomorrow's episode, maybe you can guess what it's going to be about. I look forward to talking to a bunch of you guys on there. So if you'd like to join me, please go like and follow, and I'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you guys.